everybody. Oh, sorry about that. I was like, come on, go live. Oh dear. Anyway, welcome. It's Friday night, so we're just gonna slow it down. I've just taught a class, so my brain is kind of a little bit tired. So we're just gonna chill out and look at several ways in which to cut up your one sheet wonder. Just done the most fabulous class, I have to say. I enjoyed it so much, and I think the ladies felt that they learned quite a bit out of it. It was the Embossed Resist class, so I'm doing it again tomorrow, and I will give you a very quick sneak peek because I forgot to show the ladies some ideas for cutting up what we created. So if you would like to make this, I have got spaces for tomorrow's class, and I forgot to show them the templates. So here is one template. This is using some vellum, and I've just used Sharpie to mark some shapes on here. So this is just to show how you could cut this up. So this, if you were just going to cut it into 4, you'd end up with kind of like a bit of a focal point there. Here you wouldn't so much. You've got a bit more of a kind of plain space there. And here you've got a bit more of a plain space. Now the other option is that you do slimline cards. So you could do 4 slim lines, or you could do what I call the thicker slimline. So if you go for a slightly different construction, you get this. So you would have 1, 2, 3, and then be able to cut that like so. All right, so Anne, yes, it was Anne that wanted to know how to do that, because she said, I've made it, but I don't know how to cut it up. So here's an idea of how you would do that. Okay, so I hope that helps. Right, hello everybody, happy Friday to you. So I wanted to cut this up tonight, and I was trying to think of ways in which it would make sense to cut this up, for whether or not you were using centimeters or inches, or whether you were using A4 or letter. And the best way I think you can do that is by using halves and quarters and so on. Rather than giving you specific numbers, I will just kind of do it that way. Now, if you are in the States and use letter size, or if you're using letter size paper, I would suggest you first of all cut this down to 8 inches. And for us in the UK, we would cut it down to 20. All right, so you'd end up with it. So you cut off a strip, and that you'd have that as your spare bit. All right, so do that first. All right, so that's one piece off that you can then use. And then we're going to cut this, turn it round and cut this into half. Now, you guys in the States, you're already at 11 inches, so this bit's going to be easier for you. Whereas us in the UK, this measures a really silly measurement. It's 29. Sorry, no, it's not 29. Yes, it is. It's 29.7 centimeters, or 297 millimeters. So again, to make this a bit easier for us, I'm just going to cut that down to 28 centimeters, and so thereby we will have a spare strip. But you guys in the States will just, that'll be 11 inches, so you know that's easy for you. Now if you're in the UK or Australia or wherever, and you do use A4 but you want to use inches, then again I would suggest that you take that down to 11. So we're dealing with them with whole numbers rather than doing the point blah blah and dividing that by half and 3 and whatever. It's just easier to do it this way. Okay, before I get any further, I'm just going to say a quick hello to everybody on the live. Hi Mindy, Sally, Valerie, Glenna, Lorraine, Claire, Anne, Navarana, Lorraine, Lisa, Kelly, Heather, Anne, Jan, Judy, Frederic, bonjour, Minda, Sheila, and Phoebe. Hello everybody. Please do invite your friends. Oh my goodness, that is the weirdest thing. I've just looked at my my numbers on here, and it says I've been live for 166 minutes already. That's very bizarre. I don't know what's going on. Hi, Susan. Okay, so then we're going to cut this in half. So if you're using inches, that would be 5.5 inches. But for us in the UK, that's 14 centimeters. So cut that in half. There we go. So let's set this aside for a minute. Then turn this around and cut this in half. So remember, this measured 20 centimeters across. So we're just going to cut that down to 10, like so. And then I wanted to cut this into 3. Okay, so 14 divided by 3 is 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4.5-ish. So 4.5 plus 4.5 will take you to 9. And that would leave you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's do it that way. Let's just cut off 4.5 centimeters from both sides. So if you were doing this in inches, that'd be 1 3/4 of both sides. So we'll take that bit off there, then turn this around and take that off there. So either 1 3/4 or 4.5 centimeters. Okay, so there we go. We've got then this section. I don't know. That way round. So either we can make a card and just sort of split it up like that, or we can make 2 cards, take that one out. Oh no, let me get my card base. Explain what I'm doing. Do it that way. And do something in the middle, and then use that for something else, or we just make the one card, but split up that like that. Okay, so that's one style. And then this side, the idea I was going to do this one is to cut this lengthways down here. So that's 10 centimeters. So that makes it a little bit tricky. So we've got 3, 3. So if we just cut off 3 centimeters from, actually, if we do 3.5, this is 7. Oh, no, we'll do 3 from both sides, because then that means we've got a thicker one in the middle. So 3, take that off, turn that around, and 3 from that side. And in inches, that is about 1 1/4 off both sides. So I can go around like that. Or you see, now this might be fun. You might want to flip it and go, oh, I'm going to turn that way, so it's different. Okay, it's just a bit different. Actually, no, that's the right. No, that's the wrong way. That's the right way. That's the wrong way. But funny enough, it looks very similar. Okay, so again, we can either make a card with all 3 pieces, like so, like that, or we might just decide to go, okay, we'll have that, and we've got space for a sentiment, and then we'll use this for another card. All right, so either we can get 1 card or 2 cards from that cutting. Right, so now this one, I wanted to cut this in a slightly different way. I'm thinking, what about cutting this completely in half now? So we'll take this to 7 centimeters. So that's 2 3/4 inches, and then cut this in half. So we've got 10 and 10. So then we end up with 2 cards with those 2 pieces on. And now either we could make a really lovely long slimline card, or we could make two slimlines, or we could then cut this into thirds and just have some smaller sections. But I actually quite like that as a slimline, so I'm actually going to leave that as it is. So let's just piece it all together so that you can sort of understand what happened just then, because I don't know what just happened just then. Let's just get this all back together. So that was that and that, and then we had, was that one? I think that was that side, and that was that. No, that one. And was that side? Just cut that bit off from. Oh, the middle. Is that the middle? No. I know that definitely came off the side, didn't it? No, that's not right. This is where Ruth like loses the plot now. Yeah? I'm so confused. You're all shouting at me. Hold on. Hi, Tina. Hi, Esther. Hi, Vicky. You'll have to go back and watch the replay. I don't know how I did that. I know I cut a bit off the end. Is it that way around? Oh, there we go. Oh, I know what. This is what's confused me. There we go. Right, we'll get there in the end. Okay, there we go. That's how I did it. All right. Right, I will try and draw this up on a template and do the measurements so that we can revisit this. Now, I'm going to just do that. Oh, I just want to be able to take a screenshot later. Right, I'm just going to hold that there for a sec. Okay, that's enough. Right, now let's make the cards. So, yesterday I was showing you a cheat way, wasn't I, to make a slimline card, and I quite liked it. So I'm thinking, let's do that again. And I've got this piece of Misty Moonlight here. I know this is a retired colour, so I'm sorry about that, but it was, I could see that I used it in this stamping, so I thought, let's use it. So that measures 7 centimetres, so let's cut this to 7.5. There we go. There we've got our little border there. That measures 20, so I just need to take off 0.5 centimetre there, just to make sure that that's really nicely bordered and not cut the other bit of paper. Okay, so that's done. And then I'm just going to cut myself a card base. So I've got that little bit spare for later. Let's do that in the middle, like so. Fold that in half, stick that on there. Now I think it would be nice just to stick a little bit of paper behind there to have that bit of contrast. Now I have got some garden green here. I wondered if it would be nice to pop a little bit of garden green behind there, but put some texture on it, like emboss it. Yeah, what do you think? Think that's a good idea? So I'm going to get my embossing folder. Now I do have a new one that I haven't played with yet. It's this one, the fern. So I think that would look gorgeous. Oh, should we put a bit of colour on it as well? Yes. Oh, and I found my garden green. Yay! So I can use it again. So hi Lorraine. It's not Lorraine. Ellen. Sorry. Oh, and Lorraine. Hi Lorraine and Laurie. And Claire Mack. Hello. Welcome. Are you new to my channel? Okay, so there's a bit of garden green. And, oh, I'm going to get my machine over first. That would help, wouldn't it? Always helps, doesn't it, having the machine ready. Let's pop that in, like so. Open up the machine. Get my plates. Now this is a 3D embossing folder, so you just need plate 1 and the grey one, number 4. I never remember what number it is, but I always remember it as the grey one. And then run that through. Ping. Let's have a look what this looks like. You ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh, look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? I think I might do a bit more of that this evening, just to make sure you really see the beauty of it, because it's so nice. And then I'm hoping I've got enough space. So remember I said to you about how to measure to make sure that you've got enough either side. So you pop your base in like so. So that's 10.5. Then you pop that bit in there like that. So that comes to, I've got 3 centimetres left. So I'm hoping that this is, yes, a little bit more than 4 centimetres. So if I go for 2.25-ish, or just halfway there, like that, and cut that in half, that should give me enough either side of my card base. Oh, are you all there? Are you still not following me? Hi, Debbie. The missing grey plate. Have you missed the grey plate then? Oh, you've been binging and hitting the like button. Oh, thank you, Claire. Oh, I like it when people discover my channel and they binge watch. That's great. Sorry, I just squirted out a bit too much glue then. Can you tell? You know, did I give it away? Oh dear. Oh dear. Right. Okay, so if that happens, oh, I did not cut that to the right size, but never mind. I'm just going to have that to go end to end. If that does happen, just try and wipe off the excess, and then use a glue rubber later on, because it is pointless trying to get a tissue on it or anything, because the glue has got a little bit of silicone in it, I believe, and so it just, when it dries, it makes it rather tacky. So just grab a damp cloth just to wipe that off my fingers, get that completely off. There we go. Now, if I was being frugal, I would cut out some elements from here. Do you think I should do that? Maybe I should, because I might use it for that. I'll do that. I'm just going to cut that out the middle. I think I'll fit 2 out of that. Anyway, 1, 2. There we go. Ruth, super frugal. Now, I find it easier to use my grid paper. I did this yesterday and I did mark it out actually, but I've that grid paper's long gone. So I get a pencil, a pencil with a proper end to it. Bring it back down. And I just mark on here. So it's 4 squares. Oh no, it's not. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I can't see very well. Hold on. 2, 4, 6. So that's 6 squares on. 2, 4, 6. Okay, so there. Then I'm going to place. Oh, where's the bit that I just cut? Oh, don't do this to me. Oh, there it is. Okay, stick that over the top. 5 squares. 5 squares. No, not 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is there. 2, 3, 4, 5 is there. So as long as I get that in the middle, I should be okay. Okay, put a bit of pressure there. Get that stuck down. And hopefully this glue is not going to squirt everywhere like it did earlier. There we go. And then stick that down. I hope I measured that properly. It is best to measure twice and cut once, but sometimes I forget in the heat of the moment. Right, now, and then wait for your glue. If you did do a boo-boo like me with the extra glue business, just wait for that to completely dry and then use your silicone rubber. Now, Stampin' Up! Don't sell these anymore, so you're just going to have to look those up at your favourite craft store that's not Stampin' Up! Okay, so there we go. That's my faux slimline card without using too much cardstock. Right, so that's one done. Another one bites the dust. Well, one bites the dust. Okay, let's see what I've got here that I can pull on. Oh, we've got, so this one. Oh, actually, if Ivy's watching, Ivy sent me a birthday card with a really cool technique that I was going to try. Now hold on, I'm trying to think if I could use that technique now. Yes, I might be able to do it. Oh, I've just got to make sure I've got the right section. So that's the 5 centimetre one, and these are the 4.5. Right. So I need a card base that's that goes the other way. So I'm going to cut one from this paper here. So I'm going to score at 10.5. And to make my life a little bit easier, so I haven't got to do lots of fancy dancy measurements, I'm going to cut that at 14.5 centimetres. Now I've just got to work out, if I put that there like that, and that there like that, where's my ruler? I just need to check something. Hi Carla, welcome. Just got to check. So this measures 5 centimetres. What have I got in between? Oh, 5, just about. So So if I do 4.5 and 4.5, what does that give me? Okay, right. So what I'm going to do is pop my. So this is my score line here. I'm going to pop that in at 4.5 and cut down to the score line. Okay. Oh no, I'm going to have to do it this way. Oh, actually, I'll do it from the bottom. So I know you can't see the bottom. You're just going to have to believe me. I'm meeting it up at the bottom. Let me just move my blocks out of the way. I don't need those right now. There we go. 4.5, 4.5. Move my blade down to the bottom and make it come up to that score line. There we go, like that. Yay! Oh, and then get a spare bit of green. So now this has to be stuck across the bottom, and then that panel gets stuck down like so. So I think we stick this panel down like this. This is one of those kind of like card folds that when you open the card, first of all, it's like, how did they do that? But then with a little bit of inspection, go, okay, that's how they did it. Okay, so this panel's going to go in the middle like that. And then these two are going to go either side. So this actually fits on exactly, but with a little bit of a gap at the top. So I'm wondering actually whether just to cut the whole lot so I don't have any gap. That would just make life a bit easier for me, I think. So I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to check the measurement of this, 10 centimetres. So I'm just going to put that in at 10 centimetres and very carefully make sure everything's completely flat. I'm just going to cut really hard. There we go, that's fine. Right, so I'm going to stick. Now, have I got this in the right order? Yes, I do. So I'm going to stick that panel onto there, completely flush. So when something's completely flush, it's like right on the top. There's no gaps whatsoever. It's completely flush. So I'm just taking my time to make sure that's completely stuck down, like so. And then like that. So this one, and because Tombow, you've got that little bit of wiggle room with the glue. You can kind of wiggle it about, make sure everything's correct, present and correct, like so. There we go. And then, now this is the only piece that's going to have a little bit of a border either side, but that's okay. It makes it kind of show off a bit better, doesn't it? Oh no, hold on, bear with. No. I forgot. I meant to stick that across. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do it that way. I'm going to stick it underneath instead. That's all right. Okay, that's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Oh, panic over, panic over. Right, pop that on. We'll sort that out in a minute. Actually, I might emboss that, because that might be nice to have that little element there. Okay, quiet in the house when I place it. There we go. And then the idea is that that then goes like a bridge across the bottom, like that. And then I suppose we could just put a little bit of, we could do a sentiment just there, couldn't we? Right, let's cut that to the right size. Would help, wouldn't it? So what are we, 14? So I presume one just opens. Oh, I did it a bit too small. Oh well, doesn't matter because it's going in the back. No one will know. Don't tell anybody. There we go, like that. I'll just stick that over there, like that. And then I'm thinking get a nice contrasting colour. So this is polished pink, which is the colour of the something I stamped there. Oh look, it just so happens I've got one of those cut out. Oh my goodness, look at that. How fantastic. I'm sure we have it going that way. No, I think that way is perfectly fine. All right, now if I'd planned this out a bit better, I might have cut that a bit lower to fit. Have I got time to take that off? I wouldn't know how to. I couldn't cut it off anyway. All right, never mind. So if you've got a bit more time than myself and you're thinking it through a little bit more clearly than what I've done, then cut that band a little bit more narrower to fit inside there. So let me just do a quick measurement of this. So this measures 3.5 by 5. So if I just cut a little section of very vanilla, that can be the panel that you stamp your sentiment onto. So 3.5. Oh no, don't need it 3.5, I need it 3. Ruth, what are you doing? Right, 3. It was meant to be. I know, it sometimes happens that way, Claire. Did I say 5.5 or 5? See, always measure twice. Even when I forget to do it. There we go. Right, so that we end up with a really nice little postage border around like that. Now I'm not going to stick that down. I'm not going to stick the white bit down, the vanilla bit, in case I stamp it wrong. But anyway, it gives you an idea of what that looks like. So there we go. I know what, I'll just get a little bit of washi tape. Stick that on like so. So I can take that off when I need to stamp my sentiment. Okay, so that's how I used that strip there. You see how it kind of opens, so it's just like a little tent fold card, and it's just with a little bit more of an interesting opening. And I suppose also when someone opens the card, you've got that little bit of interest there. Oh, shall we stick a bit of very vanilla either side, just to make it nice and neat for when you want to write in it. So let's measure that. So that's, what's that, 4.5. So, oh, lovely. By 14, no, oh, 10. Okay, so if we cut that to 9.5. By 4 and 4, then we've got our panel to write a little message in. Not a huge message, just a little message, you know, and maybe one word per line. Yeah, that'll do. So, you know, it's enough to say I love you, or hello, or happy birthday, or whatever you need it to say. Right. What you call a wiper card. Oh, what's a wiper card, Esther? Hi, Lynn. Hi, Lane. So, what's everyone been up to today? Sorry, I've just been whittering on. We have, or every Friday, Wendy and I go to our local breastfeeding support group. And we get to enjoy a nice coffee with some mummies and new babies. Oh, we got to cuddle new babies today. That was very nice. So there we go. That's another card. Right, let's move on. So where was that one with the strips? Oh, that one there. Okay. See, I think it's a bit too much having the two. I quite like just separating them out. And then maybe doing something a bit more interesting in between. Yeah, that might be nice with a bit of texture. Okay, so this measures 10.5 by 14 point something. So, you know what, I'm just going to round that off to 14.5 just to make my life a little bit easier tonight. Am I getting clucky? No, I don't need to get clucky because I get to cuddle these babies. So, you know, I enjoy them and then I hand them back, which is lovely. Okay, so that's my little border for that. Now I've just got to make sure that this is cut to the right size to have that bit of border as well. So let's stick these together. Oh, now I've got to make sure I've done that correctly. Is that that and that? Yes, that's right. And I'll cut that at 13.5. So basically each time I'm cutting a layer, I'm going down by 0.5 centimetre. So that we end up with a really nice little border all the way around. So if you're doing this in inches, that works out at about 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch smaller every time. There we go. Now I want to emboss this. I think it would be nice with the time-worn type underneath. Oh, and shall we go for a bit of pink on there as well? So let's get the polished. Actually, no, I'm going to go for the sweet sorbet, a bit darker. So just going to brush that on, like so, very lightly. Enough? Oh no, I need a little bit more on the bottom. Hi, Laurie. Right, just got to put that through the embossing. Where's my grey mat? Oh, there it is. Oh, I lost it then. I'm not going to show you this again. Just using my big table, you know, my floor. Oh dear. There we go. Isn't that nice? So let's see if this all works together. Oh, gonna sneeze, gonna sneeze. Blessed me. Oh, it's bright. Very bright indeed. Looks good though. Right, I think we need to cut a circle. I'm just going to see if the 1 3/4 right for this. Ah, there we go. One 3/4, and then to 1 1/2 for the actual sentiment. Or the 1 3/8. Or is that smaller? Oh no, that's smaller. No, don't want that one. Okay, again, I'm not going to stamp the sentiment. I will put it together though. But I'm not going to stamp the sentiment right now. So I'm sorry I'm showing you circle punches that have retired. It's just a bit easier for me than getting out my circle dies. So the, what's it called? The layering circles dies. That will cut the circles in the right concentric sizes for you if you want to have that sort of same effect with the layering. Oh, I love this sweet sorbet on the polished pink. That really helps to make the texture pop out, doesn't it? I love that. Hi Vanessa, good morning. I'm trying to think I've got any other stories to tell you. I don't think I have today. I thought it was quite sweet. Some of you were still suggesting song choices for the, if you missed last night's live, I was talking about song choices we're going to have to make as a family for my husband's nephew's wedding, and they've given us a little form to fill in online, and you can put what your song choices are for the disco. So that was quite fun. Oh, come on, come down a bit. I think this would be nice popped up onto a bit of a dimensional. Let's get my dimensionals out. I don't know, is there a right side and a wrong side to a punch out? Sometimes I think there is, where you've got a beveled edge. It's hard to tell. I think sometimes if the punches stick a little bit, it's a bit more obvious, but this one particularly cuts out so sharply, you can hardly tell if there is a right side and a wrong side. So, oh gosh, right, got to eyeball this now. Can always get the ruler out, Ruth. Okay, 4.5. 4.5, exactly 4.5. Oh, I've just got to move it over 1 millimetre. You didn't notice that though. Did you notice the millimetre? Oh, see, I went over 2 millimetres. Oh, dear me. Hi, Shaz. What's that? I'm late again. Funny thing is, they always wrote that on my school reports. No, you turn up when you want to turn up. No, I don't keep a record, honest. I ain't got time. I'm busy stamping or creating. Right, I'm just going to put a bit of washi tape back here just to show you what it would look like. But I'm not stamping on that just yet. So there we go. That is card number 1, 2, 3. Right, come on, Ruth. Got to get a wriggle on now. So this should be a bit easier because, look, I've cut these two. This is kind of makes sense, doesn't it, this layout. Right, what colours have I used here? Did I use Calypso Coral? I think I did. Oh, I think that would look nice with a blue border. Well, I've got to use up that Misty Moonlight, haven't I? I've got a couple of sheets left, so... where's my trimmer? Now, I feel that's a little bit too wide. Oh, I know what. What about we do this instead? Oh, that's quite nice. We can do it that way. Oh, we could emboss the blue. Right, let's do that then. So let's cut that at 10.5. Cut that at 14.35. I can do that. My brain's all right now. I can do that. Oh, I didn't cut. Oh, Ruth, what's going on? Oh, it's because I just cut it in half. Of course. I need that bit. Okay. So, what shall we use to emboss? Oh no, we're doing that, aren't we? That one. Ooh, let's see what I've got. Ooh, I've got the piano notes. I like that one. That's quite nice. So shall we go quite dramatic? What if I use the new Starry Sky? Oh dear, hold on, what's Esther saying? We won't call the millimetre police. Oh, thanks, Esther. Oh no, I had Starry Sky out earlier. Oh, where's it gone? Oh, I dropped it. Hold on. Where's it gone? I used it for the video. My class earlier. Oh, I can see Orchid Oasis. Oh, I might just have to go for Night of Navy. I don't want to waste your time, people. So let's go for a bit of Night of Navy down here then. It kind of wants to stick to it. You just have to kind of take your time. Just taking my time to ink that up. Right, put it through the machine. Right, let's see what this looks like then. Ooh. Oh, doesn't that look lovely? I love that. Oh, got a bit inky there. Swap my hands. Right, so this is very dramatic. Coral and blue just look amazing together. Now, do I go that way? Or do I go that way? What do you guys think? See, I'm wondering whether to actually put a little border around it now. Or whether to put a bit of night of navy border. I was sorting out my scraps today. So oh yes, night of navy shows up a little bit better, doesn't it? Yeah, that's good. Right. Now what often happens with scraps is that you get scuffed corners and scuffed ends, so don't be afraid to just chop off those little ends, because they do make a bit of a difference. That's 10, so let's do that 11 and a half, 10 and a half rather. So pop those back in my scrap drawer for now. So, portrait. You like portrait, Shaz? Okay, there we go. We'll leave that at that then. Shaz has spoken. My fellow Midwalian friend. Thank you, Susan. Right, so if anyone's interested in joining me for that class tomorrow night, let me know, please, ASAP, and I can get an invoice off to you tonight. So I'm calling it the Advanced Emboss Resist Technique class. Okay, so it's not just doing, stamping, embossing, and then doing something with it. It's stamping, then emboss resisting, and then doing lots more stamping. So it's quite full on, but the results are super fun. Hello, Ruby Levan or Levin. Hello, Ruth. I can't believe I caught you live. I love your one sheet wonders. Thank you. Wow, you are super welcome. Thank you for making it. Okay, so now I will try this. This sheet was stamped, I think, during a live, so I will try and find it and link it to this video so that you can see how I stamped it. I've got a feeling if it's got the new, no, it's got old in colours. It's got old in colours and some older stamps, so I wonder if it was because I was trying to show off those older stamps before they retired. If anyone remembers when I stamped that, please let me know. Look, see, I'm using up my edges. Hello, Wanda. Yes, this is card number 4, Wanda, so yes. Hi, Martina. Hi, Mitzi Stanley. What a cool name. Hi, Mitzi. Welcome. First time watching. Well, you're very welcome. So for those of you who don't know, I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So all the products that you see me use, generally, are by Stampin' Up! Oh, I've just realised, is that upside down? No, I think that's the right way around. I was looking at the music. Thinking, is the music the wrong way around? So when you're placing a panel that's pretty much in the centre, then in the centre, it's okay to shunt it just a little bit higher up than lower. So to have a little bit more space at the bottom than at the top. I could have actually taken that a little bit higher. And the reason that is because when someone looks at a card, they tend to look at it that view downwards. So therefore, whatever spacing is up here will look bigger than the spacing down here. So if you've got it equal, it actually looks like this is bigger than this. So it's okay, therefore, to move it up a little bit. Okay, it's a bit like hinges on doors. Did you know that your hinge on your two hinges on your door, one is higher, there's a bigger space on one than the other because it's to do with when you look at it, it looks different. So there we go. You love the blue and the orange together. It is, it's lovely, isn't it? So that's Calypso Coral with Night of Navy, and this was Misty Moonlight that we stamped on. So there we go. Right, one more piece to go. One more piece to go. So I have got a piece of Just Jade here, but I didn't use any Just Jade on there. I just pulled it out because it was there. Although there is a bit of purpose. Have I got a bit of purpose cut ready? Let me just see. That's flirty. No, that doesn't go. Yeah, there's a bit of hair. Okay, so this will completely change the look then of this card by going with a different base, different surround. This makes it look much more kind of serene, doesn't it? I think. And I don't know, maybe go for a little bit of border again. I just think that's very, very nice. Oh, look at that. Tiny weeny border. Okay, so let's see what the difference is between that and that then. So this is 7 and 3 millimeters, and this is 7. Okay, so it's a 3 millimeter difference. So that's just under, that's 9.9. So I need to cut this at 10.2. Right, let's see if that works, because I sometimes like a very, very thin border. I think it looks so classy. And there we go. Oh, yes. Look, doesn't that look lovely? Now, what about this time us embossing this panel? Just having a look to see what I've got. I could do with getting some more embossing folders. I've got a stripey, or I've got that one. And I've got a little bit of, look, there's a little bit of pink left over on that. Do you think that might be all right to pop on there? I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to go for it. My bad if it turns out wrong. Where did I just put my plates? Oh, nearly sat on them. Okay, pop that through the machine. Talk amongst yourselves for a second. Right, let's see what this looks like. Oh, that's okay. That's kind of like quite muted. Very pretty. Right. Oh, I've got mountains of stuff to the side of me. I'm just hoping it all doesn't fall down. Oh, dear. Love the tiny border. Yes. it is an art form. If you can cut with such small measurements, it is worth it, I think. It's very, very classy. Now I have, yeah, these I've got a little bit at the top and the bottom. It's a little bit thicker top and bottom, but it's barely noticeable. Oh, I tell you what else we can do. It's a very classy way of putting a border around without doing any stamping or anything like that. Is you get your paper trimmer, and what you do is, this is obviously the front, so I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to, at 1/2 centimetre or about 1/4 of an inch, I'm actually going to use my score blade and score all the way around my card front at 1/2 centimetre. I'll be able to do that this way. No, I won't. I have to do that down here. Right, okay. Now I think my card base is not as accurate as I wanted it to be, but anyway, you'll get the idea. So you see how you just put that tiny little bit of a score, and it just makes it raise up, and that's added another little feature to the card without too much effort, and it's just echoed that kind of the borders going around. So, oh no, I could have popped this up on dimensionals, but I forgot. There we go. You could slant the floor. Yes, you could give it a little bit of a ski whiff. Yes, of course you could. And then if you like more detail, you could put a little bit of doily, a little bit of lace, maybe a bit of ribbon. Yes. Sorry, I read it afterwards. For such a small border, you can also run just the fitting stamp blend around the card. Yes, yes. So an alternative to actually mounting is to get the, well, I would run it through the ink pad. Now Martina has very kindly sent me some of these brushes that would help to put a little tiny border on there actually. Maybe I'll do that for the next one. Right, hold on, how we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards, and what do I have left? I've got that piece there. I'm sure there's like a long thin bit left. Oh, there we go, long thin bit. Right, what do we do with these? Oh, what about if I cut that there and there? I stick that. So I'm just having a quick think. Well, I've done the Calypso coral one, haven't I? Oh, that's magenta, not polished pink. You know what, guys? I think I'm going to leave it there for tonight. I'll just use those little extra bits just to decorate the insides, because I am a little bit weary now, and my brain, I think, has reached its peak. what it can do tonight. So I think I'll leave it. That's quite good going though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. So out of one stamped sheet, one stamped one sheet wonder. Oh, I had to think about it then. Okay, so we've got my faux slimline card. So that's 1. Then we did this fun fold-ish card with sort of like a bridge. So the only extra piece is that little bridgey bit that goes across there. So you just cut the card there and there, stick that layer down, which I wonder, you could cut that off and use that as your bridge. and then still stick that down. That's another option. If you're being frugal with cardstock, you could do it that way too. Okay, so that's that one. Then oh, that could go that way or that way, I guess. But no, it was designed to be that way. And it needs a little sentiment on there. And then we've got this one. So I've loved using the embossing folders. I love having the sort of the mixture of the texture with the floral, and then bringing out the texture of the embossing folders using some ink before you run it through. Such a fun thing to do. And then we put this one through the embossing folder as well. With it just had a leftover bit of that sweet sorbet, and it's just given it a whole kind of like pinkish hue. And then mounted that onto Pear Pizzazz, because I know I use Pear Pizzazz in the stamping, so it just pulls it all together. So there we go, guys. And like I said, I've got a little couple of pieces left over, that bit, and a long piece. So yes, I could make another card, but I think yeah, there it is. I am just going to leave it there for tonight, guys. Right, thank you. And I'll be seeing some of you tomorrow evening for the Advanced Emboss Resist class. The Advanced Emboss Resist Technique class. Oh, I instantly regretted calling it that after I created the group for it, because I can barely say it. Hi, Amy. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, Judy. Heather. Fabulous. Sorry, I just read what Janine said. Night friends, have a fantabulous weekend. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Carla. So if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and please give me a thumbs up on the way out. It just makes it easier for you to be able to find me again. And if you are interested in joining the class, email me ruthtrice@gmail.com, and I look forward to spending more time with you. Oh, merci bien, Frédéric. Off to swim to the shore. Oh, bless. I read something about the pool and the flooding and stuff. Sorry to hear that, Vanessa. Thank you, Debbie. Oh, have a great weekend, guys. And oh, Claire Mack had the day off and bought some beautiful blush white hydrangeas. Oh, lovely. She calls it a spanner panel card. What, this one, Esther? A spanner panel. But the one you made is easier. Oh, okay. There we go. I just read that. Oh, sorry if I missed any comments. Was there any questions that I've missed? Esther usually just messages me. There we go. Hi, Kama. Oh, what's your name? Kamuka. Okay, right. I'm going to leave it there. See you all soon. I've dropped in several times and just subscribed. Oh, fantastic, Sharon B. Oh, welcome. Is that Sharon B who recently purchased from me? Nice to see you. Auntie honestly, Esther, every time you mention Glenna, it's like a different name each time. Night, Annie. Take care. See you all soon.